there are many more flames when mine is gone. They will build me no shrines and sing me no songs.
You're doing good. Perfect. Just keep going. Perfect. You're perfect.
Look at the mailbox! That's our mailbox.
It's all joined in. A lot of you will probably recognize where we're at right now. It's difficult for me to even find the words to even start to explain our feelings and things that we go through on a day-to-day. Anyways, my daughters and me and my lady, we showed up here last night right after dark, and it was overwhelming coming down the driveway. As we got closer, it just became more and more like, we can't describe what we were feeling. It's been 2 years since we've been here. It's been 2 years. Anyways, we visited with family. That was really, really emotional. Everyone was happy to see us. We haven't spoken with our family in over 1.5 years. We heard, there's a lot of young kids here. My sisters have a lot of young kids, and ranging from a few months all the way up to 20-something. And so we heard their stories of what had happened when we left. If you're not understanding this video, you should reference this video right here. We're going to post a link up here, and this will better clarify what we're actually talking about. Anyways, hearing their stories of what happened, I'm telling you, our legal system is in trouble. Anyways, I won't get into it too far, but we were just too overwhelmed. We couldn't film anything last night, after being back. We didn't know what to even do. And here we are, we're trying to approach the situation, trying to make a video, trying to find the words. It's hopeless. So anyways, we're going to take a look around, and you can see what's left of our abandoned homestead. Abandoned. That's not actually what happened. Anyways, let's take a look around. So there's no way that you'll be able to really we can't capture what's actually happening in reality. It's very frustrating, very hard for us to understand. It's hard for the world to understand. We live in a really, I won't get into that right now. But anyways, we're here only for a few days. And we're here to try to preserve what's left of our efforts here, of our homestead. And my parents they're older, and we're here to help them. My dad's still trying to build his house, and so we're here to help them on that. And that's not a paying job. We're not here to work for our parents like we're infants and they still take care of us. That's not what's going on. We are here to help them to. Anyways, I'm aggravated. I'm frustrated. Let's take a walk up to the shop. We haven't even been up there. We have no idea what the shop looks like. Let's go up to the shop and see what that looks like, see what's left of that.
Summer days are just a magazine, a magazine, a magazine. Cutting grass for gasoline, so I can see it soon.
I feel like I don't even need to really explain anything. If anybody has been paying attention to our YouTube channel, I feel like it's sort of self-explanatory here. I mean, just look at this chaos that we're surrounded by, absolute chaos. This is embarrassing. Maybe I should start by saying like we're not fanatics. We're not like completely unexperienced fools that even entertain the thought of defunding the police. No, we need police, but we don't need what we have now. We don't need local police mafias holding different demographic hostage. We don't need that. That's not what we need. This is an absolute embarrassment to our legal system. How much time do I need to put into explaining that? Is there still anybody out there that's going to like contest that? Oh, no. We're not staying here, if anybody was wondering that. We're only passing through. So, my daughters gave us a ride out here. What are they learning through all this? What do you think they're learning? Do you think my children are growing up thinking, yes, we have a credible legal system? Do you think they're not growing up thinking that? Nobody involved in any of this is growing up thinking that or experience or to me that matters. I'm not one of those people that are going to sit there and say, "Oh, this country's gone to hell. We need to move to another country." I'm not going to say that. This country matters to me. This matters to me. This place we live matters to me. I'm also not going to sit there and say the ignorant excuse of the American dream is more like the American nightmare. No, the American dream works. It's real, and it can be real. But you have to stand up for those things. You can't just continue to back up and back up and back up. Somebody has to stand up. And for us, it makes us feel so just voiceless, like we're suffocating, like we're speaking behind soundproof glass. We've gotten comments, believe it or not, we've gotten comments on our channel that said, I should man up. I should man up and turn myself in. Like that's what manning up is. What manning up is being a coward. That's what the example of manning up in our society has become. Man up and give in to anything. Well, to those people who say that, I ask them, how many times have you gotten approached by somebody desperately seeking an answer or a solution to a serious health problem like cancer or epilepsy? I hope what I'm saying is making sense. I'm so angry I can hardly, angry, that's not even the word, sad, disgusted. Just completely disenchanted. So we're going to be here for 4 days. And in that 4 days, we have to try to stabilize this absolute just chaos that you see here, as well as go do as much as I can, which will take our whole time on my parents' house. And then we got to walk away. We got to walk away. Let me explain something for a minute. Does anybody understand that, like, cannabis is, they have it as a Schedule 1 narcotic. What science backs that? What actual science, what medical studies backs that cannabis should be rated as a Schedule 1 next to crack, heroin? And then they have it for sale in dispensaries, which I'm disgusted by dispensaries. So they have it for sale in dispensaries. So why does the state allow you to go buy a Schedule 1 narcotic? Why isn't there crack and meth and heroin on the shelf too? What sense does this make? The reason why they won't reduce it from a Schedule 1 is not because there's medical science backing up that it should be a Schedule 1. It's because if they drop it, then they're responsible for all the people who are still finishing up 20-year sentences for defending and standing up people whose lives are destroyed by cancer and epilepsy, all kinds of other awful things that they're dealing with. There are still people in prison serving sentences of that might. 20 years. They're still in there. So if they drop it to, if they reduce it from a Schedule 1, then what are they going to do about that? So we're trapped in this game that I don't want to play. Neither does the rest of the population. They don't want to play it either. We're not the ones that took a stupid position. We're not the ones that fabricated some lie to stand behind it. And now we're trapped in the prison of that lie. That's not us. The rest of the world out there, the rest of the community, the rest of our entire population, we didn't take that stupid stand. We're not trapped behind that lie. And the rest of the population is absolutely done with it. They're sick of it. But what this situation has done more than anything else, it has proven and has showed just so vividly the absolute just corruption of our legal system. It's made a total mockery of it. And here I am, I'm speaking to people that this society has a way of sheltering us from experience. Two years. We walked out of here thinking that we were going to come back. You know what that felt like? Do you know how many nights are in 2 years? Do you know how many cold, rainy days? You know how many questions you have? You know what it's like to not be able to communicate with your family?
I've found a new way to love. It helps wearing gloves and a good pair of boots. And I vow to never give up. It ain't in my blood to remain out of use. And there's a lifetime of work to do. We all depend on the mending of you. Stay brave in your toil, you lucky old fool. There's a lifetime of work to do. And I'm free wherever I am, as long as my hands carry too much to hold. And you keep me on the line, and I'll be on time till my body's cold. And there's a lifetime of work to do, and we all depend on the mending of you. Stay brave in your toil, you lucky old fool. There's a lifetime of work to do. Can you make way for the coming of day?
Normally our videos, we try to really have to focus on a positive message, because we think that's important. It was really hard in this one to keep a positive vibe for obvious reasons. We didn't do much filming, we were just totally disenchanted the whole time. Anyways, we stabilized what was left of our shop, and we stabilized what was left of our home here. Like, we feel like it's important in life to have a direction. So the example of our homestead was, the point of it was to, in very challenging, diverse conditions like we were under, instead of falling apart and falling victim to depression or hopelessness or alcohol and drug abuse, we wanted to set an example. So this homestead here had spare parts for everything. There wasn't a spare carburetors for our chainsaws, new chains, every file you could think of.
That we worked for and bought.
Every single thing here we purchased from the money we made with these two hands in that box of tools, our box of hand tools. Every edge, every hatchet, every knife, every axe had a leather case, and every blade was honed razor sharp. This was an example of functional, cooperative, practical behavior. The whole point of me saying that was not to pat ourselves on the back, but to set an example. So
no matter what, you can get up and do it again.
You can't control what other people will do to you, but you can control how you respond.
Mm-hmm.
So, all that being said, the American dream. I'm so sick of hearing everybody run that down and saying that doesn't work and make all these. It's very easy to leave a bad comment. It's much harder to be a creator. Anybody can just leave a bad comment, but the creator has to put his efforts and his reputation and his ability on the line. So those are two totally different things. So back to the American dream. It does work, but it does not work if nobody tries. It also is very hard for it to work if we have gangs of domestic terrorists. Mm-hmm. If we have a population that puts their heart and soul and their faith into a legal system, and then we have a legal system that takes advantage of that, I don't guess there could be any more higher level of blasphemy. That's so offensive to me. Anyways, our videos, I don't know what anybody really thinks about them when they watch them, but It's not just entertainment. It's real life. We haven't been here for 2 years.
That also means we haven't seen anybody here for 2 years.
Yeah, we've been separated from our family. We've been separated from our dogs and cats. That puts a lot of pressure on you. And to go turn yourself in is not the answer. That's not what manning up is. That's what being a coward is. When you turn yourself in, you give up, you become a coward.
Somebody had to stand up against the Nazis.
Somebody has to stand up. We all just can't give in. What is the point of teaching history in school or learning history at all if we're told today that we're not supposed to live by the lessons of the examples that we got from history? What is the point of that? If you are not allowed to learn from the mistakes people made in history, what's the point in learning it? That is the most ridiculous. Anyways, we don't want our videos to be angry or political. They're not that. This is not one of those channels. But at the same time, we have to be realistic about what's going on. So we came and we did the best we could, and we got my parents' staircase all squared away. And to clarify again, they don't have that much money. So we didn't come here for a job. They had no idea we were coming. We showed up as a surprise. We built the staircase and we cleaned up our house and we left. And we paid for all that out of our own pocket. Nowhere in my life have I ever collected food stamps or any form of government assistance. And neither has anybody in my family, to clarify that, just to show that we're not just burdens on society, because that could be a quick claim that an uneducated and unexperienced person could make. So just to clarify that, none of that ever happened. We earn a living with our own ability and our own two hands. So
So we're getting ready to leave now.
yeah, we're getting ready to leave. And we're going to go back out to another place where we've already started over. When we got to that place, we had nothing there. We had the clothes we had on that we had walked 2,200 miles in. We looked like castaway when we got there.
Yet another example of how when somebody bullies the hell out of you and you feel like you can't do anything, you can get back up and you can try and you can succeed.
We hope you guys understand what we're talking about. There's no way we can sit and find the words to describe the whole situation. So we're going to have to leave that, the rest of that, up to you all to kind of fill in between the lines and help us get our point across. I hope you understand what that means. Anyways. We'll see you guys in the next video. We hope you enjoyed watching.
I've found a new way to love. It helps wearing gloves and a good pair of boots. And I vow to never give up. It ain't in my blood to remain out of use. And there's a lifetime of work to do. We all depend on the mending of you. Stay brave in your toil, you lucky old fool. There's a lifetime of work to do.